Yeah, good, thank you.
How you doing?
Yeah, good. Nice and cool in Houston at the moment. So it was a nice day out on the field this morning. There was a little bit of a breeze for once.
Edgar, recording in progress. I was just about to say, that was what I was going to say. Make sure you're recording. I didn't want to backseat Zoom. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed the brief. I was actually going to ask you sort of related question. You like to post.
Yeah,
You're a first in the office kind of guy. You like to post that dawn photo.
yeah.
Tell me a little bit about what maybe like being on the pitch at dawn means to you, because I take it does mean something to you. You keep returning to that kind of that photograph, that moment. I think you're meditating on it, or you're spending an intentional moment there.
Look, listen, I just love what I do, like for me, turning up and seeing the sunrise and we always talk about every day is an opportunity to get better and bring your energy to the organization and bring your energy to the group. And for me, I use social media to perhaps share my thoughts and, also for my family as well. My family, I miss my family. Obviously, my wife lives in Atlanta. My family live in England. So they all keep track of me. And that's just another way of me communicating to them as well.
Did the family, I'm sure they're talking to you all the time, but did they reach out more so after the win of the weekend, or send lots of love?
No, listen, I have two older brothers. I'm the youngest of three, and they constantly tell me what they think I should be doing and the team should be doing. So um, even my dad gives me advice as well, and even my wife has started giving me advice as well. So this is an ongoing thing, but they're just really proud of me. They're really proud of the journey and where I've been, and they're just happy that I'm in a space where I'm enjoying what I'm doing and where I'm working. So
On the squad, you've had double-digit injury or lack of availability lists to deal with. You shouted out the medical staff last week for being a big part of that 3 points. Can you give us any update on the players? I know we're not expecting Tarsi to come back with the shoulder, but maybe Ramona or some of the other players who are more day-to-day.
Sophie Schmidt will travel with us. She'll hopefully be able to play some minutes at the weekend. We're not sure exactly how many. Madison Asen will travel with us. As far as Ramona and Tarsi go, we're not sure yet. We still have training tomorrow, so it will be something we look at tomorrow. But yeah, I mean, when you look at our medical team, I'll sound like a broken record here, but our medical team's unbelievable. They're literally working 24/7 at the moment, and some of the injuries we've had have just been freak moments where stuff's happened especially with some of our concussions. It's really been unfortunate circumstances, but they work incredibly hard, and we all collaborate and we all work together. So we're in a better place than we was last week. I think where we were last week we was in an incredibly tight space, and I think if you see afterwards the way the group just reacted and the way the staff reacted, it was 3 points, which was important, but it was an incredibly difficult week with some of the injuries and some of the incidences, and it was just an unbelievable effort from the group. So it was a good 3 points, but it was an all round team effort in terms of our performance staff and our medical staff.
Thanks so much for the time, Ricky. I'll hand it over to Alex, Steph, and Dustin.
Appreciate it.
Go ahead, Alex.
Great, Coach. First of all, good. What is this? Morning, afternoon? I don't even know where I am. You don't have to see me. Can you hear me okay, Coach?
I can hear you. Yeah, perfect.
It's great to see you. I like to see you smiling after an amazing victory, Coach, against Seattle. And I felt it myself, and it's been few and far between, but it was amazing. Now you only have to face the undefeated Orlando Pride. You've played them before. We've seen them in Houston. Without giving away your game plan, is this a team that can be defeated? Can we do that this weekend?
Well, look, listen, one of the things I said a while ago is we're one of the most dangerous teams in the league right now, Like, I don't think anyone really, truly looks forward to playing Houston Dash, because they know when they play against us that we're going to make it incredibly difficult for them. And they know that we also have players that can change a game in a heartbeat. So for us, we look at it that way. We truly think we're one of the most dangerous teams to play against, but we're also realistic. There's no luck when you go 22 games unbeaten and you're sitting at the top of the league and you've already clinched a playoff spot. So we fully understand what the storm that we're walking into, and we'll be ready for it, and hopefully we can turn up and we can really make it difficult for them.
Coach, two more quickies on the field. Banda, just an amazing player. What I saw when she was here in Houston, and I love the Tarsi Banda matchup. We may not be able to see that again, but it was great to watch 1v1. What do you tell your defenders against this player? She's got everything, right?
Yeah, she has. She's got a little bit of everything, you know. And I think sometimes when you play against players like that, it's not stopping her. It's actually stopping the ball getting to her. You know, it's about controlling spaces and where you want them to have the ball, where you don't want them to have the ball. And that'll be something that we work collectively as a group, trying to control spaces and stop the ball getting to her and not have to worry too much about what she does when she has the ball.
Quickly, Coach, there's the storm coming to Florida. Is that on your mind at all as far as logistics, getting in, getting out? I guess you prepare for whatever.
Yeah, no, I mean, we talk about that as a group, but, you know, our operation teams are fully in charge of that process. They communicate with me, and right now there's no delays, there's no concerns. So for us, we're looking forward to flying out there. You know, our thoughts are with the people in Florida right now with everything that's happening, but, you know, we're looking forward to getting there safely and being on the ground.
Coach, thank you. Best of luck this weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach.
Dustin, go ahead.
Hey, Ricky.
Dustin, how we doing?
Hey, I just want to ask you about JY. 3 straight starts. She's kind of been forced into the lineup, but a young player. What have you seen from her, just as her development, her growth, getting big minutes recently?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think it's been really good for her. You know, one of the things we've spoken about ever since the summer really is, in order to be successful, it's not just about 11 really good players, it's about a village. And I think what you're starting to see now is you're starting to see players like Ryan and JY come back into the team, and it's a smooth transition because they've been a big part of the way we train, how they drive their teammates in training, the way we communicate as a group, as units. Like they're fully in charge of, they're fully involved in that process, So for me, it's really enjoyable seeing them step into this environment and be able to compete and bring a lot to the group. But we also realize that it's one game at a time, and, you know, we've won one game, and this next game is going to be a really difficult game. And for JY, she knows that. She's a very good passer of the ball, one of her strengths. We actually had an individual meeting this morning, and one of the things we spoke about was her passing range. She's very good in possession of the ball, and that's something I think she continues to show for the group. So we're excited for her. We're excited for her to continue to play and be a part of that back line. So.
And I know you talked about it a little bit after the game, but the back four last game, you guys switched it up a little bit. It seems like you were pretty set in the back three early in the season. Is that something that kind of as the season goes you progress to, or what kind of got you guys to come out of that? How do you see that progressing?
Yeah, for us last week we switched to that because of the circumstance we were in, you know, in terms of a few injuries, and we had 2 concussions, and we just never had the personnel perhaps to play with a 3-back. So for us it was a 4-back last week. We're still waiting on a few players going into tomorrow and travelling, so how we play and what we do will really be determined based on availability. But yeah, last week the 4-back worked for us. 99% of the season we played with 3 at the back and wing backs. So for us it's just a case of sitting down and reviewing what makes sense going into Orlando.
Thanks, Ricky. Safe travels.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Anything else